Is your libido really gone? Or is it just that no one told you how to awaken it again? You know that feeling when you look in the mirror past 50 and think, maybe I've lost it. The truth is, you haven't lost anything. Desire doesn't disappear, it just changes its rhythm. Life doesn't end at 50. It just begins a new chapter. This is the place for men who want to stay fit, stay healthy, stay happy, and live meaningfully after 50. Before we begin, if you find these insights helpful for your strength and confidence after 50, I would be so grateful if you would like to like and subscribe. Your support is what keeps me going to bring you valuable lessons to keep you going. So let's talk about it. After 50, your testosterone ain't what it used to be. That means energy, drive, and even sexual desire may dip. You're not imagining it, you feel it in the mornings when you'd rather hit snooze than hit the gym. But here's the shocking truth. Libido is just about testosterone. It's about blood flow, nutrition, mood, and yes, even the fruits you choose at the market. Think of your body like an engine. The oil may be a little thicker. The gears might creak more than they did at 25, but with the right fuel, that machine can still roar. Science shows us that low libido in older men often ties to circulation and oxidative stress more than just hormones. In other words, it's not always you're getting old. It's your body needs better fuel. And what better fuel than fruit natural, colorful gifts packed with compounds designed to keep your blood moving and your confidence alive. Here's the weird part you might not expect. In ancient cultures, men didn't have pills, supplements, or testosterone injections. They relied on pomegranates, figs, dates, and herbs. In fact, some early remedies sound bizarre, like crocodile poop used as sunscreen in Egypt, but when it came to libido, they reached for fruit. And they weren't wrong. Modern research is proving that many of those old wives' tales were grounded in real biochemistry. Now, is there an ongoing debate about how much of libido is psychological and how much is biological? Absolutely. Some experts argue that a man's desire after 50 is as much about how he feels about himself as it is about what's happening in his bloodstream. Is masturbation okay after 50? Some doctors say yes, it maintains circulation and function. Others suggest too much may desensitize you. The key is balance, not denial. The same goes for nutrition. You don't need miracle powders when simple fruits can quietly upgrade your circulation, testosterone, and mood. Here's the uplifting lesson. Libido is not a single switch you flip on or off. It's a dimmer light you can brighten with small daily choices. By bringing in certain fruits, the ones we're about to explore, you give your body the nitric oxide, antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals it craves to keep desire alive. And here's a light-hearted thought. Maybe you don't need a sports car to feel young again. Maybe you just need a banana in the morning and a watermelon slice at night. Cheaper, healthier, and let's face it, easier to park. This isn't about chasing youth, it's about embracing the kind of strength and desire that matches who you are today. You're wiser, calmer, and yes, still capable of passion. And over the next sections, we lines uncover 7 powerful fruits that don't just look good in the grocery aisle, they can actually light a fire where you thought the embers had gone out. Remember, your body ain't giving up on you. It's waiting for you to give it the right fuel. And once you do, you may just surprise yourself. Picture this, you cut into a pomegranate, and suddenly the kitchen counter looks like a crime scene, red juice splattered everywhere, tiny ruby seeds bouncing across the floor like marbles. Messy? Yes, worth it. Absolutely, because inside those crimson jewels lies one of the most potent libido-boosting secrets nature ever created. Pomegranates have been revered for centuries as a symbol of fertility and desire. Ancient warriors in Persia drank pomegranate juice before heading into battle, believing it gave them strength, stamina, and even sexual vitality. Today, modern science backs up what those warriors already suspected. Pomegranates support circulation and boost testosterone levels naturally. That's right, the fruit that stains your fingers also strengthens your passion. Here's the science in plain English. Pomegranates are loaded with antioxidants, specifically polyphenols and flavonoids, that protect your blood vessels from damage and improve nitric oxide production. Nitric oxide is the gas that helps your blood vessels relax and expand, the exact same pathway that those little blue pills work on. So, while your buddy might be reaching for a prescription, you could be reaching for a pomegranate and getting a natural boost without the side effects. In fact, one clinical study found that men who drank pomegranate juice daily showed measurable increases in testosterone levels, along with improved mood. And we both know mood plays a massive role in libido. If you're stressed, irritable, or anxious, desire doesn't stand a chance. But when you're calmer, lighter, and feeling balanced, suddenly the spark returns. Funny how one fruit can help both the body and the mind. Here's the weird detail. In ancient Greek mythology, pomegranates were associated with the underworld and rebirth. Hades tricked Persephone into eating pomegranate seeds, tying her to his realm for part of the year. So, you could say, every time you bite into those seeds, you're flirting with rebirth yourself, a renewal of energy and desire. Strange mythology, but a surprisingly fitting metaphor for life after 50, don't you think? Now, some debates still swirl in the medical world. Is the testosterone effect from pomegranate significant enough to rival medications? Some experts say yes, others say the benefits are subtle. But even if the hormone spike is modest, the improvement in circulation and mood is undeniable. Think of it less as a magic bullet and more as part of a long-term plan to keep your engine humming. So, how do you bring this into your daily routine without painting your kitchen red? One option, juice it fresh, but drink it right away to preserve the nutrients. Another, sprinkle the seeds over your morning oatmeal or yogurt. Or, if you're a man of simple tastes, just scoop them straight with a spoon while watching the evening news. Here's a lighthearted joke for you: eating a pomegranate might not make you 25 again, but it will at least give you something to brag about at the grocery store checkout line. Imagine saying, "No, sir, this isn't for decoration. This is for stamina." The lesson here is simple. Libido after 50 isn't about doing what you did at 20. It's about finding new ways to nourish your body so it can perform the way you want it to. And the pomegranate, messy as it is, delivers the kind of circulation, testosterone support, and vitality that makes passion possible. So, the next time you're walking past that pile of glossy red fruit at the market, don't just admire it, pick one up. Crack it open, let the juice run, and remember, desire doesn't fade, it just needs better fuel. And sometimes, that fuel is as small as a ruby seed. Think about the last time you peeled a banana. Simple, easy, no mess unless you slip on the peel like a cartoon character. Which, let's be honest, hasn't happened since Tom and Jerry reruns. But what's hiding inside that yellow wrapper is one of the most underestimated libido boosters you lines ever find. Bananas aren't just about potassium and smoothies, they're about stamina, mood balance, and, yes, fueling your manhood after 50. Let's start with the obvious. Bananas are rich in potassium. Why does that matter? Because potassium helps regulate blood pressure and supports healthy circulation. If blood can't flow, neither can desire. And while we tend to think of blood pressure as a heart issue, remember that what's good for your heart is also good for your performance below the belt. A strong circulation system is basically the delivery truck for libido. No truck, no delivery. Simple as that. But here's where it gets interesting. Bananas also contain bromelain, an enzyme that's been studied for its potential to increase testosterone. While the science is still debated, some researchers argue bromelain's effects are modest. The idea that this everyday fruit could gently nudge your hormones in the right direction makes it worth slipping into your daily routine. And let's not overlook stress. After 50, stress might be the biggest thief of libido. Bananas are natural mood stabilizers thanks to their vitamin B6 content, which helps your body produce dopamine and serotonin. Those are your feel-good brain chemicals, the same ones that make you laugh at dad jokes or feel satisfied after a good meal. So, if your mood is lighter, your energy is steady, and your stress is under control, your desire has space to breathe again. Here's a weird fact you'll love. In some cultures, the banana is considered a sacred fruit because of its shape and fertility symbolism. In India, banana trees are often planted near homes as a sign of prosperity and family continuity. Imagine that while you thought it was just breakfast food. Somewhere else, it's a spiritual symbol of vitality. And of course, doctors continue to debate. Does food really shift libido, or is it mostly psychological? Some argue that the ritual of choosing nourishing foods primes your brain for desire more than the nutrients themselves. Others insist the biological effects like improved blood flow from potassium are undeniable. The truth probably lies somewhere in between. Eat better, feel better, desire more. So how do you make bananas work for you? Slice them into your oatmeal, blend them in a protein shake, or just peel and go. A practical tip. Don't wait until they re-mushy and spotted like a cheat at that point. The sugar content spikes, and while it won't hurt, you'll miss the steady energy of a firmer fruit. Now here's a light-hearted thought. If someone asks why you re-eating 2 bananas a day, you can grin and say, doctor's orders it's for circulation. Watch their eyebrows rise, then keep them guessing. Humor is half the charm of aging gracefully anyway. The real lesson. Your libido doesn't just depend on supplements, pills, or complicated regimens. Sometimes it depends on whether you reached for a banana instead of a donut. A simple choice that nudges your body in the direction of health, stamina, and yes, desire. So, the next time you're at the store, don't just grab bananas because they're cheap and convenient. Grab them because they're nature's stress reliever, hormone helper, and circulation supporter rolled into one curved yellow package. A small fruit with a surprisingly big impact on your vitality. Picture a hot summer day you slice into a cold, juicy watermelon, and suddenly the heat doesn't feel so unbearable anymore. That crisp, sweet bite dripping down your chin feels like pure refreshment. But here's the surprise. Watermelon ain't just about cooling you down. For men over 50, it might actually heat things up. Watermelon contains a special amino acid called citrulline. Your body converts citrulline into another compound, arginine, which then boosts nitric oxide levels. And nitric oxide, that's the exact same pathway those famous little blue pills work on. It relaxes blood vessels, improves blood flow, and helps everything function the way it's supposed to when desire calls. No prescription, no side effects, just a slice of summer on your plate. Some scientists even call watermelon nature's Viagra. Now, is that a little exaggerated? Maybe, but studies do show that citrulline from watermelon can improve circulation and support erectile function in men. The catch is, you probably need more than just one slice at a picnic. It works best when you include it consistently in your diet. Still, the idea that a fruit you've been eating since childhood could rival pharmaceuticals is pretty mind-blowing. Here's the weird part. Most of the citrulline is actually found in the rind, the pale green part we usually toss in the trash. In some cultures, people pickle or juice the rind to capture its benefits. Imagine that while most of us are spitting seeds at each other for fun, others are quietly sipping on rind juice and reaping circulation perks. Goes to show, sometimes the best part of a fruit is the part we ignore. Now, doctors do debate whether watermelon's citrulline concentration is strong enough to make a real difference compared to supplements. Some say yes, especially if you eat it regularly, while others argue you'd need to eat an entire melon to feel significant results. But here's where I come in with the middle ground. Even if the direct effect isn't as dramatic as a pill, the combination of hydration, vitamins A and C, and circulation support makes watermelon a powerhouse for overall sexual health. And let's not forget hydration. Dehydration is a sneaky libido killer. If your body is low on fluids, your blood thickens, your energy drops, and your mood tanks. Watermelon is over 90% water. So, when you eat it, you not just boosting circulation, you also replenishing fluids that keep your body and mind alert. Here's a little humor. Imagine telling your partner, "Honey, I'm eating more watermelon for medical reasons." Sounds serious, but both of you will know there's a playful secret behind it. Libido after 50 doesn't have to be a solemn conversation. It can be as lighthearted as sharing a fruit bowl together. So how do you bring it into your daily life? Keep slices in the fridge for easy snacking. Blend it into a refreshing juice. Or get adventurous and try tossing the rind into a stir-fry. Yes, stir-fry watermelon rind is a thing. It soaks up spices beautifully. Who knew? The lesson here is simple. Passion doesn't just fade with age. It fades when you stop fueling it. Watermelon, with its citrulline, hydration, and circulation perks, is one of the easiest and tastiest fuels you could ever give your body. And every juicy bite is a reminder that nature's pharmacy is often sweeter and more fun than the one down the street. So next time you see a big, round watermelon at the market, don't think of it as just picnic food. Think of it as a natural ally, sitting there waiting to bring more life back to your summers, your energy, and yes, your passion. Now, let's move from juicy and sweet to creamy and rich. You cut into an avocado, twist the halves apart, and there it is, a smooth green treasure with a single giant seed. Avocados have become a modern health symbol, plastered on toast in cafes and trending in every diet plan. But for men over 50, this fruit isn't just trendy, it's a serious ally for libido, prostate health, and lasting energy. Here's the science in simple terms. Avocados are packed with healthy monounsaturated fats. Why does that matter? Because these fats help lower bad cholesterol and support heart health. Remember, your heart and your libido are deeply connected. If the blood isn't pumping strong, desire and performance both suffer. So every bite of avocado is like oiling the gears of your engine. Avocados also provide vitamin E, sometimes called the sex vitamin, because it supports hormone production and protects your cells from oxidative stress. That means better testosterone balance and healthier tissues overall. And here's a hidden benefit. They're rich in folate, which helps your body process proteins into energy. In other words, they're not just feeding you, they're fueling you. Here's something unusual you might not know. The Aztecs once called the avocado tree Avocado, which literally translates to testicle tree. Not exactly subtle, right? But the name wasn't just about shape, it was also because the fruit was considered an aphrodisiac. So yes, your morning avocado toast comes with thousands of years of libido-boosting reputation baked right in. Doctors sometimes debate whether dietary fats are heroes or villains. Some argue that too much fat, no matter the source, could harm cardiovascular health. But more recent research shows that monounsaturated fats, like the ones in avocados, actually protect your heart and circulation. And when circulation is strong, well, so is everything else. So, how do you bring avocados into your daily rhythm? You don't have to be fancy. Spread it on toast, mash it into guacamole, slice it over a salad, or simply spoon it out and eat it with a dash of salt and pepper. A tip for the practical man: if you buying avocados that aren't ripe yet, put them in a paper bag with a banana. The ethylene gas from the banana will ripen them faster, kind of like teamwork between libido-boosting fruits. And here's a lighthearted moment. People love to complain about how avocados go from rock hard to rotten in about 24 hours. But maybe that's just a reminder passion can be fleeting unless you catch it at the right time. Don't wait too long to enjoy it. The lesson here: libido after 50 is about more than just hormones. It's about protecting your heart, feeding your body healthy fats, and ensuring your energy stays steady. Avocados offer a package deal: circulation support, hormone balance, prostate health, and a kind of creamy satisfaction that makes you wonder why you didn't eat more of them earlier in life. So the next time you scoop out that green goodness, don't just think millennial brunch food. Think of it as ancient wisdom on your plate of fruit designed to keep you strong, balanced, and ready for whatever the day or the night brings. Want a power combo? Blend mango with banana and a splash of pomegranate juice, and you've got a libido-friendly smoothie that tastes like a tropical vacation in a glass. Here's a playful joke. Some people say mangoes are messy and too much trouble to cut. But isn't that the point? Passion is a little messy, too. And sometimes, that spark is as simple as a mango slice on your tongue. Now, let's shrink things down. After the big, juicy mangoes and creamy avocados, picture a handful of tiny berries, blue, black, red, each one no bigger than your fingernail. They look small, but don't underestimate them. For men over 50, berries are quiet powerhouses of circulation, endurance, and long-term vitality. Sometimes it's not the big, flashy foods that keep you strong, but the little ones you pop by the handful. Berries, whether blueberries, strawberries, blackberries, or raspberries, are loaded with flavonoids, particularly anthocyanins. These are plant compounds that protect your blood vessels, reduce inflammation, and keep your arteries flexible. And you already know, if blood can move freely, desire has a much easier time showing up. In fact, studies have shown that men who eat more flavonoid-rich foods have a lower risk of erectile dysfunction. That's not theory, it's data. Here's a weird but fun fact. In medieval Europe, strawberries were a symbol of passion and were often served at weddings to encourage fertility. They were seen as fruit of Venus, the goddess of love. So, when you dip strawberries in chocolate today, you're not just being romantic, you're echoing centuries of libido symbolism. Of course, doctors debate whether antioxidants like those in berries work best through food or supplements. Some argue you'd have to eat mountains of berries to match the concentrated effects of a capsule. But here's the thing, nature rarely works in isolation. When you eat a handful of berries, you're getting fiber, vitamin C and K, manganese, hydration, and natural sweetness all together. It's the whole package that makes the difference, not just one compound. And let's not forget the brain. Berries are known for their impact on cognitive health, slowing memory decline and keeping your thinking sharp. And if your mind feels younger and clearer, doesn't it make sense that your passion might follow? Libido isn't just physical, it's also about how mentally alive you feel. How do you make them part of your life? Toss blueberries into yogurt. Blend blackberries into a morning smoothie. Keep a bag of frozen berries in your freezer so you can throw a handful into oatmeal whenever you want. Or go old school and snack on strawberries while sitting on the porch, juice dripping down your fingers. Here's a light-hearted joke. They say diamonds are a girl's best friend, but honestly, for men over 50, It might be blueberries. Cheaper, tastier, and they actually improve your circulation. The lesson here is this: don't underestimate the little things. Berries may be small, but they deliver big protection for your blood vessels, brain, and energy. They don't just keep you healthy in the moment, they keep you vital for years to come. And when you're playing the long game of libido after 50, that's the kind of ally you want on your side. So the next time you pass by those colorful cartons at the store, don't dismiss them as just snacks. Think of them as investment fruit, tiny deposits into your long-term vitality account. Each handful keeps your body moving, your mind sharp, and your desire alive. After all the colorful fruits we've talked about, let's end with something sweet, chewy, and deeply symbolic: dates. At first glance, they look like wrinkled little nuggets your grandfather might keep in a jar. But don't let their plain appearance fool you. For centuries, dates have been prized as one of the most powerful natural aphrodisiacs, and for good reason. Dates are rich in natural sugars that provide quick energy. For men over 50, this matters more than you might think. Passion doesn't just require desire, it requires stamina. You need to feel alert, energized, and ready, not sluggish from heavy foods or drained by fatigue. Dates deliver a steady release of glucose that fuels your muscles and your mind. But the real magic is in their mineral content. Dates are packed with magnesium, potassium, and zinc, nutrients directly linked to testosterone production, sperm health, and sexual performance. Zinc especially is crucial for maintaining hormone balance, and guess what? Many older men unknowingly run low on it. By snacking on a few dates, you're quietly refueling one of the most important minerals for male vitality. Here's the weird cultural fact. In ancient Arabian traditions, dates were believed to be so potent for fertility that grooms were often given bowls of them on their wedding night. The combination of sweetness, minerals, and energy made them both symbolic and practical for romance. Imagine that before energy drinks and protein bars, dates were the original performance snack. Of course, modern doctors debate whether dates directly increase libido or if their effects are simply the result of better nutrition. Some say it's more psychological, that eating traditional love foods primes your brain. Others argue the zinc, magnesium, and antioxidant content are strong enough to make a measurable difference. Either way, the result is the same: more energy, better mood, and stronger vitality. So, how do you eat them without getting bored? You can snack on them plain, but you can also stuff them with almonds, dip them lightly in dark chocolate, or chop them into oatmeal. Pairing them with nuts adds protein, which balances the sugar rush and keeps your energy stable. A practical tip: try blending dates into a smoothie with banana and mango, and you've got a libido-friendly fuel drink that tastes like dessert. Here's a playful joke: forget the energy drinks at the gas station, just carry a few dates in your pocket. They won't explode when shaken, and they'll actually keep you going in more ways than one. The lesson here is that libido after 50 isn't just about one magic food. It's about building a rhythm with your nutrition, choosing fruits that support circulation, hormones, mood, and energy all at once. Dates are like the closing note of that song: sweet, ancient, and perfectly designed to complement the others. So imagine this: pomegranate for testosterone, banana for stamina, watermelon for circulation, avocado for heart health, mango for mood, berries for brain power, and dates for endurance. 7 fruits, each powerful on its own, but unstoppable when combined. That's not just a diet, it's a lifestyle shift. And here's your takeaway: you don't need to overhaul your entire routine. Just start small. Swap a sugary snack for a handful of berries. Add avocado to your breakfast. End the evening with a couple of dates instead of cookies. Piece by piece, you'll feel your energy, confidence, and yes, your passion come back stronger. Because after 50, it's not about going backward to who you were at 20. It's about going forward into a version of yourself that's wiser, steadier, and still fully alive. And these 7 fruits, they're your allies on that journey. So, what have we really discovered here? That libido after 50 isn't gone, it just needs the right fuel. Over these 7 fruits, we've seen how simple, natural choices can support your body in powerful ways. Pomegranates boost circulation and testosterone, reminding you that even ancient warriors knew the power of fruit. Bananas fuel stamina and balance stress with steady potassium and B vitamins. Watermelon, with its citrulline, quietly mimics those famous pills by opening blood vessels and keeping things flowing. Avocados bring in the healthy fats and vitamin E that keep your heart and your desire protected. Mangoes lift your mood with dopamine-friendly sweetness, proving that joy itself is a libido booster. Berries, though small, strengthen circulation and sharpen your mind, proving that the little things often matter most. And finally, dates bring it all together, offering energy, minerals, and endurance wrapped in a chewy, sweet package. But beyond the science, the bigger lesson is this: libido isn't just physical. It's mental, emotional, and spiritual. It's about how alive you feel in your body, how you fuel yourself, and how much joy you allow into your days. By choosing these fruits consistently, you're not just eating, you're investing in your energy, your confidence, and your passion for life. Remember, your body and mind still deserve strength, respect, and care no matter your age. If you do something today, let it be your choice and move forward with purpose. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.